Hi everyone, this is Kirsty Macleod of the red dress, the famous dress that has been travelling in the world for how many
16 and a half years.
16 and a half years, amazing. And if you don't know, if you haven't heard about the red dress, you do a little sum up.
Of course. So the red dress began in 2009 with an intention to try and bring people together from around the world to celebrate identity and culture without any borders, boundaries and hierarchies, and very importantly to create a platform for voices to be expressed and heard. But I didn't know at the beginning whether it would work or could work, or all the questions about like production and financing were but I had this mission. And
amazing. So the vision was there from the beginning.
It was. But I didn't, not to the scale that it's happened. And I thought I'd go for 10 years, just to, so it's basically red silk. It's a red silk garment, and it's composed of 87 different pieces.
Wow.
And the dress weighs 6.8 kilograms. It's pretty heavy. And 380 different embroiderers from 51 countries have added their voices and stitches. 367 women and girls, 11 men and boys, and 2 non-binary individuals.
Amazing. And has it been to like conflict zones, or do you send the panels? So about 65% of the embroideries are created by vulnerable women living in refugee camps, or survivors of war and conflict, abuse, and living in poverty. I for the most of the project, before I managed to get any funding or enough funding, I just sent a panel out in the post. So actually the first overseas commission in 2009 was to a refugee camp in Lebanon for Palestinian refugees. So that was the first overseas commission, and they're on the shoulders of the dress, like the strength. And then there are also panels from Rwanda and DR Congo, Afghanistan, Ukraine, Russia. So there's a lot of stories, a lot of experiences embedded into the garment. Wow. So that was always the kind of purpose of the dress. And then does it follow what's happening in the world?
Definitely does. So for instance, around the time of all the uprising in Iran, just after Mahsa Amini had been killed, I really strongly felt, gosh, I really want to get an Iranian voice on the dress. And it was just so, everything with the dress is very synchronistic. And then it was like a few weeks later, and I was doing a talk in Somerset, in Taunton, and I straight away met this lady from Iran who used to be an architect. And she actually asked me outright, she said, please, can I create a piece for the dress? Like, I have so much to say right now, because she was desperate to get back to Iran to stand with all the women and give support, and she wasn't able to, and she was trying to get asylum in England, and she was just so frustrated and going through such a process of pain and suffering. So for her it was like therapy. So I just gave her this panel. She had it for a month, and she just like put it all into that panel.
How amazing.
It's very
such a powerful dress. And why the colour red?
So for me, you can't ignore red.
No.
So it's like, it gets attention, and it's very connected to important feelings like anger and rage, but also love and passion, and it's blood, and it's women's cycles, and it's war, and there's so much like energy and power in red. And I wanted people to take notice. I wanted the dress to be noticed, because it's holding the stories and voices of so many. And I've never regretted the decision. And it had to be blood red. And it's got black woven into the fabric, so it gives this lovely depth and kind of feeling to it. It's not just like bright red. It's got tones.
It's quite kind of bodily.
Very bodily.
Where did you find the fabric?
I randomly, synchronistically again, was in Paris, and then I found out there was a textile fair going on. So I was like, oh, I should go. And found this silk supplier, and they did every colour under the sun, silk dupion. And they also had the facility to machine embroider kind of patterns in different colours. So I did get a lot of that first bit of fabric embroidered there with this very fine gold kind of, it's quite a floral design, and they added on the scalloped edge
on the edge
of the
which
dress.
really is real. It finishes
it does,
doesn't it?
yeah. So when we got the fabric, just took off that bottom edge, put it to one side, and then once the skirt was assembled, it was put on. But the skirt has been taken to pieces 4 times over the years, to accommodate new work and
to make it bigger.
Also small. It got smaller first because we took out loads of the fabric because you couldn't see the embroidery, and then it got bigger by putting godads in at the bottom to keep the kind of nice bell shape, so it wasn't too puffy at the top. So just kept adding in godads. And so the final skirt design was set in 2019. So from then on, everything was added onto the complete dress.
Wow. And there's still room on it.
There is still room. But I do feel that it is finished, because I think sometimes you need the space around to breathe. Especially some of them are very powerful and hard hitting.
And you don't want them to be kind of
And placement and curating it was interesting, because there were particular embroideries and people that you have to be sensitive as to where they're going to go. And be near.
Yes, and be near.
Ukraine, Russia, perfect example.
Wow, it's really wonderful. Such a legacy. Right. So you've basically been thinking of this idea for a long time.
A long time. So my background is I'm a fine artist working with textiles. I studied textiles and I did an MA in visual language. So all my work is rooted in textiles, but I made films and animations and did massive installations and worked underwater and did all sorts of things. But it's always rooted in textiles. But I made a series of these big installations involving dresses, and the red dress is like number 8 in that. So I was very practiced with dresses by the time I got to the red dress. But that was the most I want to say like almost maybe personal, it's like it brought together everything that I really care about in life, that piece. I got the funding, it landed on my lap, which is again so rare, because usually with art pieces you're getting your idea and then years to try and get funding. I spend so much of my time now doing funding proposals, but with that one it just literally landed in my lap. So I just had the space to dream, and I just went to a cafe and just sketched it all out within like a couple of minutes.
Amazing. Such a skill, funding application.
Oh my gosh.
You either have it or you don't.
I really don't. It takes me about 6 months to write one. I've done 2 Arts Council ones.
Hard.
I got one, I didn't get the other, and it's so much time.
I should introduce George upstairs. That's what he does.
Oh, really?
He's really good at it. Yeah, I will.
Okay,
So and then do you kind of spark ideas of what you want to do next, or is it still very much you're in this journey and you don't think beyond it?
So that's a good question. I imagine I'll be working with the red dress for the rest of my life in some way. So the creation's now finished. That was completed in 2023. So I spend a lot of my time doing exhibition planning. There's so many exhibitions over the next few years, and cataloguing and archiving, and then really boring things like insurance and shipping and accounts and all that. So I would really
shipping it must be a whole.
So
always
stressful.
Want to strap it to you and take it.
I would love to have a bit more time to get back to my own practice, which I haven't really done for about 8 years. But that will come, and it's so inspiring. And I'm learning so much about embroidery. So I feel like it's all very relevant. But at the moment I'm immersed in documenting. So the book's just been released. The next thing.
That must have been a good process doing the book.
It was epic. But really great. Very lucky to be blessed to work with an editor, Emma Bogle, who really, because I'm not a writer. I'm a very visual person, and obviously there's so much content. So trying to decide which elements would work and how to explain things in the best way. So she was so good at just really, and also unemotional with it. So for me, I live and breathe it. So she's able to be much more. So to kind of distill all the information.
And does it tell stories of some of the characters?
So it
pulls out a bit.
Combination of stories from the embroiderers, essays that I commissioned various people involved in the greater project to discuss issues that the red dress brings up for people. So things like feminism and finding voice and healing through embroidery. And then also reflections from different people, and then I have a chapter where it's much more about like the emotional journey and what it's been like for me to carry the project. So yeah, it's a whole layering of different voices, just like the dress.
Yeah. Wow. Gosh, it's wonderful. And so, and your kids as well. It's like your first baby.
Yeah, literally.
That's what I find about this. It's like the first baby.
The first baby, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Moving it in. What else am I put? Yeah, so like you said, so she's been to many countries, and who's the oldest and the youngest of the?
Okay, yeah. The eldest is Noyan from South Africa, who has now passed, but from age.
Yeah.
And she used to live in the Kayamandi township just outside of Stellenbosch, and she did a really beautiful panel right at the bottom on the front, and it's a really beautiful pastoral scene of her memories of growing up in the Eastern Cape as a little girl.
Okay.
The youngest is Adele Boriak, who I met in Strasbourg at the Council of Europe. The rest and I were doing an exhibition there, and she was a refugee at the time from Ukraine. So she designed this beautiful motif, which was embroidered into the dress during the exhibition by a master craftsman, by an embroiderer also from Ukraine, another refugee. But it was Adele's design, and she was 4. She was 4 at the time.
Oh, wonderful.
So yeah, 4 is the youngest. I don't know Noyan's age, but she was quite an elderly lady. Yeah.
Wow. And so it sounds very serendipitous how people come to you and you find them. And definitely. Yeah. For the first few years, there was so much of me, and I guess my ego and struggling with who I was and what the project was becoming, and there was a lot of me pushing, and not really achieving a huge amount. Lots of doors shut, and then I kind of just finally got into the rhythm a bit better, and I understood what the potential of the dress actually was. And it was really just get out the art galleries and get it out into the world, and go and use it to shine a light on important initiatives and issues. And that's when the magic really began to happen. Because I feel like she's her own person, and I'm like her supporter, her guide. So I just create space and hold space for her. She does her thing. So brilliant. Wow. And so this year you've been to...
So this year, because of the book, loads have been in the UK, but we're doing lots of overseas next year. So at the moment, almost all confirmed. We've got Geneva, Isle of Man, Holland, Brisbane, and Rwanda.
Wow.
And my kids will be coming on hopefully 3 of those trips.
Brilliant.
Yeah, because I wouldn't normally do that much in a year. But my parents will be coming as well.
Nice. Oh, I bet they think it's wonderful, actually.
Yeah, they're all, my family are still kind of getting through the surprise, because they saw, really the first 10 years, there was no money coming in really, and it was not really, yes, there was a bit of attention here and there, but it didn't really have that much momentum, and they didn't really understand why I was putting so much of my time and energy into it. But now they do.
Now they really do. I bet they do. Yeah. This famous dress. It's incredible.
They can't quite believe it. They're just like, oh my gosh, how is this happening?
Have anyone ever requested to wear it?
Loads.
I bet.
Yeah, loads and loads for like weddings, birthdays, proms, dances, performances. And then the most interesting one was a princess from Madagascar messaged me to see whether she could wear it to her coronation.
Wow,
say
no.
Sorry.
That's amazing.
Only for the embroiderers or people who are involved in the project.
Yeah. Nice. Oh, it's so special. And so your book is out now.
Yes.
So we can get your book.
Yes. So it's published by Quickthorn in Stroud as well. Lovely Katie Bevan. So you can get it from a link on my website, the Red Dress website, or you can go to Quickthorn's website. Lots of independent bookshops, probably in Stroud. Lots of bookshops here that sell it. And online as well.
Brilliant. Oh, thank you. So exciting.
Thank you so much.
Can't wait to see it tomorrow. You're going to see it tomorrow because you're in the church.
Yes.
Part of Stroud Book Week.
Yay.
All right. Well, you can find everything. We'll put some links in and stuff, but definitely try and find a spot to see it. If it's travelling the UK.
Yes. So
still
Devon is the next big one, mid-November to mid-January, I think it is.
Great.
In Killerton House.
Nice. West Country people.
West Country.
Great. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Pleasure. Thank you so much.
Brilliant. Bye.
Bye.